Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. An explosion has damaged a Jewish school in Amsterdam in what the city's mayor described as a deliberate attack against the Jewish community. Mayor Femke Halsema said in a press release that the explosion at the school in an upscale residential neighbourhood on the south side of Amsterdam only caused limited damage, as police and firefighters arrived at the scene quickly. Security at synagogues and Jewish institutions in the Dutch capital had already been heightened after an overnight arson attack at a synagogue in the centre of Rotterdam. Russia has hammered Ukraine with missiles and drones overnight, killing at least 4 people and causing damage across 5 regions of the country. President Volodymyr Zelenskiy said the main target was energy infrastructure in the Kyiv region, adding that residential buildings, schools and businesses were also damaged. He said the Sumy, Kharkiv, Dnipro and Mykolaiv regions were also targeted in an attack that included around 430 drones and 68 missiles, most of which were downed by air defences. South Korea's military said North Korea has fired more than 10 ballistic missiles into the sea, as the US and South Korean forces conducted military drills and US President Donald Trump renewed overtures towards Pyongyang for dialogue. Japan's Coast Guard said it had detected what could be a ballistic missile that fell into the sea. It appeared to have fallen outside Japan's exclusive economic zone. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said in a statement that the missiles were launched from an area near the capital Pyongyang towards the sea off the country's east coast. US President Donald Trump has claimed that the United States destroyed military targets on Iran's main oil hub of Kharkiv Island, threatening to strike its oil infrastructure if Iran continues attacks that have halted most ship traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. In a social media post, Trump wrote that the US military totally obliterated every military target on Kharkiv while leaving oil infrastructure intact. He wrote that should Iran or anyone else do anything to interfere with the free and safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz, he would immediately reconsider this decision. Meanwhile, a missile has struck a helipad inside the US Embassy compound in Baghdad. Footage shows a column of smoke rising over the embassy compound. There was no immediate comment from the US Embassy in Baghdad. On Friday, the embassy renewed its Level 4 security alert for Iraq, warning that Iran and Iran-aligned militia groups have previously carried out attacks against US citizens, interests and infrastructure, and may continue to target them. The US State Department has offered up to $10 million for information on Iran's new supreme leader, Mujtaba Khamenei, and several senior officials linked to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. A banner from the State Department's Rewards for Justice program lists figures including Ali Ashgar Hejazi and former Iranian official Ali Larijani. Other names include Senior Military Advisor Yahya Rahim Safavi, Interior Minister Eskandar Momeni, and Intelligence Minister Esmail Khatib.
US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has said that Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, has been wounded and is likely disfigured. Hegseth told reporters that Iran's leadership is now hiding after intense US strikes. To a question, he said there is no clear evidence that Iran has mined the Strait of Hormuz and that the waterway remains open for shipping. However, he said Iran has been firing at vessels trying to pass through the strait. The Pentagon chief also said that US forces are continuing operations aimed at destroying Iran's missile, drone, and naval capabilities.
Pakistani security forces intercepted and brought down 2 rudimentary drones near Rawalpindi using electronic countermeasures. Security sources say the drones were downed at separate locations and no damage or casualties were reported. However, airspace around the capital was briefly disrupted as a precaution. The Pakistan Airports Authority later said flight operations at Islamabad International Airport are continuing normally, and reports of a full airspace closure were baseless. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.